We haven't talked about Meghan in a while here in the Bottle Language Guy channel, but since this video has to do with Meghan ignoring Harry at the TIME100, and it's mainly a bottle language thing, then I guess that it fits, right? You need to take a look at this, but before we get to the actual process of watching Meghan, this is a clip that we're gonna be analyzing. It's in which Harry doesn't really know what to do. We have two angles of that, and we also have the video of them leaving the venue. But before we get into that, I need to ask. I have some questions. I have questions that, well, the Roger Rogue already posted that question. I don't know what is this. I mean, I try to understand what I'm looking at, and the best that I could do is that, well, this is a new edition of Who Wore It Better. And yes, I found the linen curtains were exactly what Meghan was wearing. Some experts of fashion say that she was channeling Princess Diana, as so many times she has done in the past. I wouldn't discuss it because that's classic Meghan, right? Down to a T. Tatler magazine, Meghan Markle recreates one of Princess Diana's most iconic looks at the TIME100 summit in New York. Oh, yes. And of course, she's saying that she's as happy as she's ever been now that she can ignore Harry in front of everyone. Although that's something that she has done in the past. Let's take a look at that video. You see that Harry was already, he got out of the other side of the car. He was, sprinting, running.
I want to protect my wife. Who's going to protect our wife? New York City, so dangerous. We need more security. That's why I'm fighting the British
press and stuff. And okay, he regains composure, arriving there, and she gets out of the car with a smile. And nice, for some reason, she jumps to the lady who is right here. You know that? Notice that Harry has that awkward look in which he doesn't know who to address. I think that he was walking right next to Meghan. He has that I don't know what to do with my existence right now. That's Harry's face as of late, as of the last 7 years, and then he reaches out with his hand. You can see it. He reaches out for Meghan with his hand, but the hand never connects. It's like, all right, he missed, because Meghan had to absolutely hug this lady, which I have absolutely zero idea who she is. You can help me in the comments, maybe. You can tell me her name in the comment if you know it, because if you don't know, well, this is the Mr. Lady that Meghan is hugging. And Harry decided to put his hands in his back pockets, because what else was he supposed to do? And he does this very uncomfortable gesture with his head. You know that we want to retreat from someone. We bring our head back. And one of the things that you can see when we bring our head back is that you're gonna get a double chin. No matter what happens, this is gonna happen. And this is you see Harry's double chin and cinema perfection here. So he was bringing his head back. He didn't want to be there. He was feeling uncomfortable. He went to protect Meghan or something. And Meghan, went for the lady right next to her. And yes, he is still uncomfortable. And then what does she do? Let me see. Okay, she keeps on walking, and she absolutely forgets that Harry was there. You see that there's almost two people, a space of two people between them. Very easy to see the separation. I am not making this up. This is not AI. This is not Photoshop. This is the real deal. I mean, Meghan was in a rush because she had to talk about dead flowers in that TIME100 summit. And it's like, hey, yeah, she is, she is the protagonist. Let me run behind her, because if not, I'm going to really look like I'm falling behind. And Meghan just enters, and Harry, of course, has absolutely no time. To be fair with Meghan, Meghan turns around. Maybe to wait for Harry. Oh yeah, there you are. Where you been? What took you so long? Gingerbread, what took you so long? There's another angle, which again, if you know the name of the mystery woman that Meghan was so eager to hug, it would be great if you share that in the comments, because I have no idea. Meghan gets out of this SUV. There he goes. Here comes the Duchess. Here comes the Duchess of Sausages. She gets out of the car and immediately establishes eye contact with her. I mean, she must be some kind of connection. She must be some kind of, the one in charge of receiving the Duke and Duchess of Sausages. And she jumps straight, with that gesture, like, oh my God, that gesture of vulnerability with her palms upward, showing her wrists, because, that's what Meghan is, all love and compassion. Compassion in action, remember? Yeah, we are all enough to remember the compassion in action. And yeah, she goes for the hug, and there is Harry again with his very awkward gesture, like if he was just a security detail of the Duchess. Somebody made a very good joke about this. Who was this? Sausage Squad R Finder. It's Harry's playing the royal bodyguard in this case. He's a royal bodyguard, nothing else. That's what he is in the end. And that's why he has that very uncomfortable body language. And he doesn't know what to do with his hands. And, I can understand Harry. I have been in this situation, feeling awkward, and you begin to look around, look at him looking around. Oh my God, I hope that nobody is noticing how awkward I feel right now, how I completely detest this kind of events. I don't like it. I want to ride my bike at Montecito all day. That's all that I want to do. I don't want this. I quit. The royal family to not have to do this sort of stuff. But Harry, tough luck. Now you don't have the privilege of the royal family nor the money, so you have to run for the money. And the one who is, bringing the bread, is that an expression? It's Meghan right now, so you have to do as Meghan says. So Harry, yeah, go for it. Oh yeah, and try to smile. Try to do some kind of sort of files. We used at some point, Harry still had at some point, like I would say like 2 years ago, like genuine smiles here and there. He was maybe still actually delighted of seeing people, but I don't know. It's I wouldn't use the word miserable, because I have actually used that word miserable a couple of times in the past. But I think that's how Harry feels. I think that's how Harry feels. That's what his body language, his awkwardness, his insecurity, his Meghan just running in front of him. That's what. Let me see that. I think it's a gesture in here, or at least, is this a stopping gesture? Is this a stopping gesture? Maybe she was reaching for his chest, or she was stopping Harry, or she was greeting somebody else. I don't know. That gesture is a bit suspicious in there. Yeah, I think it was, maybe it was just, let's give Meghan a pass. It was just to touch Harry. We cannot be like this all the time. No, poor Meghan. We gotta cut her some slack sometimes. I'm gonna cut her some slack with that one. But what I'm not going to do, what in the, oh my God. That now I remember why I make the royal road do this and not what this. Well, this let's do this. Why would Meghan? No, I need my headphones for this part. I need my headphones because she's gonna talk. She's about to talk about dead flowers. She's being interviewed by the CEO of Time Magazine, and she's gonna go all merching as ever. Yeah, it's like, let's talk about you as an entrepreneur, and of course it was. Now the question arises: why is she speaking here at the summit if she did not make it to the 100 list? How does that work? I don't know. Is this a pay to play scheme? And you pay and you are interviewed? I don't know.
All things to be talking about for TIME100. Let's talk about flowers.
Let's talk about flower sprinkles. Dead flowers, you mean?
Sprinkles. But let's, because I think it speaks to the tiny moments of joy that are so effortless.
At some point, I really thought, this being the body language guy channel, she says that the tiny moments of joy. At some point, I don't know if I'm looking at Meghan or Kamala. That's part of the job.
And just create a little bit of magic that we're all craving in our everyday. They're tiny little flower petals that are dried. I started putting them on salads. I started putting them on scrambled eggs.
I started putting them on scrambled eggs. I had joked many times that she could put them in hot dogs or maybe on Harry's balding buns, but the scrambled eggs, is this trolling? Is this for real? Does she do that in the show? Scrambled eggs? She sounds really confident of what she's saying. I mean, dead flowers and scrambled eggs, all right. If that floats your boat, go with it.
It didn't actually matter. On a yogurt parfait, the level of charm that...
Yeah, she had to do that. She had to do that with the Valley Girl accent. She had to do that, the level of charm. And look at the camera, and I cannot say that anymore. Can I say that anymore? Like I shagging the camera. Yeah, that's something I can say. I shagging the camera as only Meghan knows how to do it. She had to find the camera. There's the camera. Where's the camera? There it is. I'm going to look at the camera and I shag the camera like this. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, it's Meghan. Oh my God, this has been years analyzing Meghan. It's like the first time.
People have when they see these tiny little dried petals. It's something I can't fully wrap my head around, but I appreciate.
We still cannot wrap our head around that either, but
that there is a love for the detail and the small level of delight that can be added. So,
an elevation.
Take flower sprinkles really as an analogy and think about what you could do in your everyday life that can just have a little splash of magic on unexpected moments.
What? I have to say, this is impressive. It was 1 full minute talking about flower sprinkles, and she essentially said nothing. She said little moments of joy, and I don't know. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. How can you talk for 1 full minute and not say much, if anything at all? It's actually impressive what she does. Not gonna lie. And this is the clip in which they are getting out of the event. This time, Meghan made sure to, hold Harry's hand so it doesn't, it didn't look as awkward. But immediately, I think this is because she was about to board the SUV, but Harry, all right, he raised his hand because he was going to put his hand on her back. That is usual fare. I think that nothing to see there. She rushes to the SUV. Harry stands in there. because that guarantees that there are no threats. No threats inside the SUV or around the SUV. And he goes to the other side. I think that the getting out was no big deal. This is something that we need to address. That one, IHT Anders 12, thank you for sharing this. But Harry was awarded last night, and this montage was a bit was fun to watch. In which, it was absolutely, the kiss was not awkward at all. Yeah, perfectly fine. Of course, nothing to see here. A perfectly normal couple. Okay, it's like you see Harry's face, and yeah, this guy is not well. This guy is not well. There they go. I think he had some lighting for just for effect. And well, of course the mandatory reviews of her clothing, in which it was, let's say, an interesting choice, I could say. Maybe we could say that it was an interesting choice. But again, this was one of these events in which you see classic Meghan has the word salad that includes dead flowers right now. Ignoring Harry, check. The wrinkled garment, check. The comparison with in an object, curtains, check. What else? I don't know. Maybe you can help me with this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy. Remember to download my 100 body language tips in the description of this video. Much love and bliss.